Hey, this is Ox, and this is another tips and tricks video for surviving in EVE Online. Today we're going to talk about how to create instant docks and how to travel to a system if, say, you only know its name. So in this case, I want to go to Jita. Jita is in a different region. I'm in Low Trek, you can see it up here, but need to go to the Forge. So to get to Jita, I could just type out Jita right here, highlight it, right click it, and then go all link, and then go to solar system. And now it's clickable. So you can see it's a solar system, it's in the forge, all that. None of that matters because I'm just going to right click it and set destination. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to show you the two different ways to travel. So first of all, you could just right click here and jump. Well, I missed that, but yeah, hit right click here and jump. Never automatically turn autopilot because that's bad. That'll get you killed. But there is a use for autopilot, and I'll explain to you briefly. So what happens is when you right click and you hit jump, sometimes there's a slight delay before you take the gate, and that may cause you to bump off and become out of range. Doesn't particularly matter if you're in something small, but say if you're in a freighter or any other big ship, that may cost your ship because people who are nearby could see you and kill you. So what you could do instead is go and find the system either through your overview in the travel tab, or you could right click and find it down here. And from here, I want to hit warp within zero. Now that I hit warp within zero, I turn the autopilot on. See, I already have Jita set as my destination. Because it's already set as my destination, the autopilot will make me take the gate immediately once I come out of warp. I don't have to worry about the bump mechanics. So let's take a quick look. See, I landed about 2 kilometers away, and I jump. You can turn it off. You should get in a habit of like automatically turning it off yourself once you get here. But yeah, now that I'm here, there's a bunch of stations. You might be wondering, well, which one is the market? Well, that's easy. You just open the market. You look for an item. I already have Gatling typed here, so just hit search. Click on one, and you see perimeter is up here, but we don't want to go perimeter. That's one jump away. We want to go with the one in system. But here's the one in system. So it's in Jita 4, Moon 4, Caldari Navy assembly plant. So you can right click here, go down location, and let's say save location. Now that's saved, you could type this, let's call it market in Jita. You can find it here in your bookmarks, or you could find it over here in people's and places, locations, person locations, and mark it in Jita. So you can find it this way, and it shows you how many jumps away it is. Now, once you're in system, you can also press L, the hotkey, and it'll open up here. Why does this matter? Well, I'm about to show you because let's first of all warp to the market. You might ask why didn't it dock? Because there's a problem. When you right click and hit dock, you don't automatically dock. Sometimes you land slightly outside of dock range. That's not a problem if you're in something small because your ship will just burn there and get to it. But if you're in the middle of a war for some reason, or there are people who are ganking, they will kill you in that brief last lapse of time that takes you to get in range. So to solve that problem, you generally want to be within 2.5 kilometers of the structure, but it's best to be within zero. And luckily, Jita is very easy to get within zero. There's two ways you could do it. You could double click in space, or you could hold Q, and like the first click of Q will tell you how far you want to travel. Let's say in this case, I want to travel 3 kilometers, and then you want to. This will tell you the direction. So I want to go straight down. So I just aim down, and there you go. Watch, I move down, and now I am within 0 meters. Now that I'm here in 0 meters, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bookmark in space. To do that, you hit Control B. That opens the tab to create a bookmark. I'm going to call this Instant Dock. So let's put it to test. Let's first of all warp to a random station. I say random, it's really the closest one that's at least 200 kilometers away, 200,000 kilometers. Let's bring up our bookmarks. See, we have both here, the instant dock and the station itself. So what we want to do is, let's say, set destination for the station, and then let's warp to the instant dock. Now that we're warping, we turn the autopilot on. As you see, I landed within 0 meters. Well, slightly outside 0 for some reasons. And now I docked. So yeah, that particular spot is not a very good bookmark. You could easily make a better instant dock location by simply docking and bookmarking the undock. So here, like this is the undock, so I know this is within 0, so let's call it instant dock. And they'll do the same thing, so let's dock right back up. But you get the general gist of it. As long as you autopilot, always try with land within 0 if possible, especially if you're in a freighter or if you have hostile targets in the area. And one last trick, for definitely if you want to live in Jeddah, buy things in Jeddah while you're roaming, especially as beginners, you want to right click here on Jeddah, the name, and set it as your home station. It will cost 100,000 ISK, but hopefully you should have that by now. And that's all I have for you guys today.